At Saunders and Turner, we often get asked about what's the difference between bankruptcy and debt settlement? Should I file bankruptcy? Should I attempt debt settlement? What should I do? I've got these crazy debts. I'm just crushed financially. Well, there are huge differences between bankruptcy and debt settlement. Bankruptcy will be the discharge or forgiveness of your unsecured debt. Unsecured meaning credit cards, medical bills, lawsuit judgments, things that are not secured by something physical like a car, a trailer, a house. Those are secured debts. And there's different types of bankruptcies. There's Chapter 7, that's the total forgiveness. There's Chapter 13, that's a repayment plan bankruptcy based upon what can you afford to repay over the next 3 to 5 years. And that's the so-called reorganization or repayment plan bankruptcy in Chapter 13. And it all depends upon your financial situation, the assets you have, how much money you make. And we can talk about this when you come in for an appointment or we talk on the phone. Debt settlement is where you look at your debt and you don't want to pay the minimum payments anymore. It just, as you service the minimum payments, you realize it's going to take decades, literally, to pay back this debt. And at the end of the month, you don't have enough money just to live. And so, and maybe you have a family and you're concerned about you and your kids, and so you're thinking, well, maybe debt settlement. And right now there's a lot of advertising, a lot of hype about debt settlement. Well, debt settlement does work sometimes. I'll tell you what I like about debt settlement, what I don't like about debt settlement. Debt settlement, the way it works is you put together a budget and you tell us how much a month you can pay towards your bills. And then you put that amount in a trust account each month. You're amassing kind of a largesse or a little fund so that then you can approach your creditors, or I say you loosely, we or whoever you hire will approach your creditors and say, hey, Chase Visa, I know the Browns owe you $3,000 on that credit card and they haven't paid for a while. Will you take $450 tomorrow? I will cut the check and FedEx it to you right now. If you'll accept that, put on their credit card that it's paid as agreed, paid, settled, something like that. Wipe out the negative stuff on the credit report, and then let's extinguish this debt. And often those offers to compromise will work. Here's the problem with debt settlement. So the good thing is you can settle for less than you owe, no question. However, the companies that you're dealing with, the credit card companies, or a medical bill, or whoever you owe money to, they may not cooperate. They don't have to play ball with you on this, in this game. And so if you, through us, offer to compromise, and they say no, we're gonna sue. We're gonna sue the Browns. They can then sue. And that's what often happens in debt settlement, especially if it's a large debt. And you have a large debt with American Express or Capital One, and they don't want to accept a debt settlement offer, then they may just go ahead and sue. Now, you may have saved up enough money so that you can then pay them off, but you've still got the other creditors as well. So we can try that. Bankruptcy, though, often is cleaner because it wipes out the debt. If you can do a Chapter 7, total discharge, total forgiveness. And so there are definite differences, and when we talk to you, we'll approach both, we'll talk about both, and see which is right. Because some people don't want to file bankruptcy no matter what. And so then debt settlement is the only option. Try to negotiate with the creditors, and often third-party attorneys, when we step in, can do more than you can. So for whatever reason, they may not listen to you, or they do go ahead and sue. Well, if you have engaged an attorney, often it goes better.